welcome to Pilgrim Motorsports. Here we have a very unmodified 1965 289 V8. So in this car we have basically a manual, which makes it quite unusual. It's a 3-speed manual. It's also got the power hood, which was a factory option. We bought this car from America 5 years ago. The customer whose car we sold it to is now selling it. He has been to Le Mans several times, to the Classic Le Mans. The car has never missed a beat during his 5 years of ownership. It has been a very, very good car and still looks just as nice as when we sold it 5 years ago. So let me take you for a more detailed trip around the car. Okay, so let's take firstly a closer look under the bonnet. Back in 1965, this was the correct livery for the engine and air filter, so it's all painted gold with the black inner wings. So really absolutely original in that respect. Really presented absolutely beautifully. As you can see, the chrome work is absolutely lovely, as is the paintwork. So it's got an alternator fitted to it. So the 289 V8, which has certainly got more than enough go for this car. It's got the standard brakes. Obviously it's got the power hood, which we mentioned earlier. Inside we've got, quite unusual in these Mustangs, this being a 1965, it's got what we call the clapperboard dashboard. So the speedo sort of goes across rather than the round dials. It's got the 2 round dials, which are fuel and temperature. It's got really nice seats in it. The great thing about these seats is they fold like that, so it gives lots of access for getting into the back of the car. As you can see, in the door shuts, all in beautiful condition. So we've got the correct tonneau cover for the car as well. I'll show you in the boot in a moment. But it's got the 1965 lights, which is the period correct, which is basically what started off the three lights, which is carried across to the modern Mustang. As you can see, the panels fit really nicely on this car. The paintwork is very even. The colour match, well, there's no difference in colour anywhere on the car. It really is quite outstanding. It's got a Bluetooth modern stereo fitted into it, which looks like a period one, which is really good. And of course, most unusual, it's actually a manual car. We don't really get very many manual Mustangs. And this has got the 3-speed, and it's a very nice spaced gearing. It's, you know, perfectly good. It doesn't feel like you need a 4th gear or anything like that when you're driving along. Clutch is nice and light. It's a nice, easy car to drive. And of course, being a big V8 in quite a light car, it's actually, you know, you don't need to be changing gear the whole time anyway. So anyway, another important point, this car has actually got 4 seat belts. So you've got seat belts in the rear for kids or whatever. And all lap belts, of course, being a 1965 car. So there we are, that's that. Now we'll go into the boot and have a look in there. Okay, so let's go in and have a look inside the boot. So we've got the spare wheel. The power hood doesn't encroach into the boot at all when it's down, unlike modern Mercedes and that sort of thing. You've got the standard American style matting. We've got a steel spare wheel, which I don't think is actually being used, or not for a good few years at any rate. All nice in the boot. Paintwork's absolutely lovely. Nice seal around the boot. So this car's done quite a few continental trips in its time since with the previous owner, and has been a very trusty steed. It's electric power hood, engine doesn't need to be running, so I'll just flick the button. Then he's got manual catches, so when it comes down, pins, which basically presents itself to you in the right place. You just pull that catch round and do the same on the other side, and that's the hood up. Okay, so let's go for a drive in it and see what the car drives like. Quick prod on the accelerator. Sounds absolutely gorgeous, doesn't it? So as you can see, quite a nice high first gear into second. And synchro mesh going back into first gear. Because this is on the standard tyres and wheels, it's got a really good turning circle, as you probably just saw there. Clutch is nice and light, changes gear nicely. And we'll just get it back into first. And there we are. Drives absolutely beautifully. So if you'd like to find a bit more information about this car, give us a ring. We'll be happy to help.